Hello, my name's Amanda Gerhardt and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on a morning stretch for yoga, and if it's the morning for you like it is here, that's great, but if you're also just trying to get a stretch in throughout the day, this video will be good because it's going to be short and sweet so you can fit it in a busy schedule. So if you have your yoga mat, go ahead and take a seat and we will actually begin kneeling. So come onto your knees and find hero pose. And if this pose is not accessible for you or maybe uncomfortable, you can take a seated position with crossed legs. But if this is accessible for you, start on your knees, sitting back on the heels, and start to lift up from that spine. Taking a breath in through the nose and drop the shoulders down and back, opening up. Another breath in, clasp those fingers, extend them forward, and lift them up to the sky. And take just little stretches here, stretching out through the shoulders. Maybe bending and stretching the elbows. Just waking up those shoulders. Maybe the gaze of the eyes looks up. And take it over to the right for a nice stretch. And inhale, coming back up to center. Taking it over to the left for a nice stretch. And release. Bring those arms back down. We're going to sweep the arms up to the sky and take a twist, nice and gentle. Left hand to right knee. And the right hand to the back of the mat. Twist up and look back. Growing taller from the crown of the head. Breathing nice and easy. And inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky again. Right hand to left knee. Left hand to the back of the mat. Twisting up and back. Take your gaze towards the back of the mat. Breathing throughout this twist. And inhale, sweep the arms back up to the center, to the sky, placing the right hand down on the floor. Reach that left arm up and over. Take another side stretch of the body. And here, feel free to drop the head and allowing the shoulders to be away from the ears. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Left hand down, reach up and over with the right arm. And allow that shoulder and that left ear to just drop simultaneously, kind of taking you further into the stretch. Good. Take a breath in, bring both arms up to the sky, and cactus the elbows to the side in line with the shoulders, shining the heart forward. Gaze is up. Take another breath in, sweep the arms down and up to the sky, gaze is up, and cactus the elbows open, just creating some mobility and movement here. Last one, sweep the arms up to the sky, energy reaching. And cactus those elbows, drawing those shoulder blades back. And exhale, bring the hands back to the mat. And find your knees underneath your hips for our tabletop position. We're going to begin with some cat and cows here. And we're going to take an inhale, scoop the heart forward, pressing into the mat for extension. And exhale, chin to chest, contract. Good, inhale to extend. And exhale, contract through that belly, drawing the belly up. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract, chin to chest. Returning back to your tabletop position. Take a breath in, sweep the right arm up to the sky, and thread the right arm through the left side, placing the right cheek down on the mat for threading the needle. And allow that shoulder girdle just to wake up and get a nice stretch. I always like to think of softening the belly here so you can really utilize the relaxation part of this pose. On your next breath in, sweep the right arm up to the sky and place it back down on the mat. We're going to extend your right leg back just for a nice calf stretch to kind of open up the back leg. Toes are tucked, shifting the weight back into the heel, stretching out that calf, waking up the ankle. And next we're going to lift the right leg up in line with the hip. Start to carry it over to the right, almost directly in line with your hip. And we're gonna start to place that foot on the ground, shift your weight back, maybe come to the elbows or stay on the hands. We're gonna stretch through this right hip flexor, stretching out this adductor. Once again, just taking it nice and easy, just creating more mobility in the body. And feel free to take any movement that suits you. You can shift back and forth, a little side to side. And when you're ready, let's extend that leg up and back behind us where it started and draw the knee back in. Taking another round of cat and cows. Inhale, scoop the heart forward. And exhale, chin to chest, contract. And inhale, scooping forward, belly drops down. Pressing away from the mat as we chin to chest, contract. One more. And exhale, contract. Returning to Varmasana, tabletop pose. Making sure our body's in a nice straight line here. We take an inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky and thread it through the right side, resting the left cheek on the mat and soften through that belly. Taking a few deep belly breaths here. Taking one more breath in and out. On your next inhale, sweep the left arm back up to the sky, twisting up, and place the left hand back down. Next, we'll extend through the back left leg and tuck the toes, start to shift our weight back into the left heel, waking up that calf and the ankle. I always like to start the stretching from the ground up, starting with like the ankles and calves, and then target the legs and the rest of the body. So take a breath in, extend the left leg up in line with the hip, start to carry it over to the left, placing it in line with your left hip. And we're going to begin to shift the weight back, taking a nice stretch. As we did before, stretching out through that hip flexor. Hands are on the mat, pressing away, and you can really take this stretch however you like, shifting forward and backwards, or even a little side to side. Good. Start to come back up, shoulders on top of the wrist, and lift that leg back to where it began. And draw the left knee back in underneath us. Next, we're going to tuck the toes and shift our weight back into downward facing dog, pressing through the legs and trying to reach the heels to the mat. Gazing towards your fingertips here, start to draw the belly in and soften through that rib cage. And take some petals of those feet, right and left and right. Good. And go ahead and take a deep bend of those knees and stretch. Maybe taking a shift from side to side, bending through the legs, shifting the weight over to the right and over to the left. And a couple more, just waking up the body, moving at your own time. Good. Start to begin to straighten both legs and start to take little steps in towards the hands. To find our forward fold, reaching to the ground or maybe holding onto the legs. Allow your neck to relax and release by shaking yes and no. Good. Next we inhale, halfway lift. Hands find the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky for Tadasana. Hands meet at heart center. Another breath in, sweep the arms up to the sky, energy flowing, and bow the heart forward. We find forward fold. Start to plant the hands down on the mat, stepping back into our high plank. Gazing towards the mat, always having the option to come down on the knees here as we lower slowly to chaturanga. Chest and nose find the mat. Untuck the toes, scoop the heart forward for cobra. Just a little lift through the upper back. And exhale, down to the mat. Tuck the toes, shift the weight back into downward facing dog. Good, take a moment here to elongate through those legs. And on your inhale, sweep the right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. And open up through the right hip, bending through the right knee. Allow some mobility in the right hip. Maybe you want to take a couple circles with the knee, or just allow that leg to open. On your next breath, square the hips back off to the mat. Extend through the right leg, gazing to the hands. Exhale, draw the right knee into the nose and find runner's lunge. Right foot finds the mat. We're elongating through the back left leg here, taking a breath in and out. Allow that left knee to soften down to the mat and untuck the left toes. We're going to begin to start to come up into a low crescent lunge. Hands find the right leg or thigh. Lifting up tall out of the spine here. You can, of course, have your arms or hands reaching for the mat here if that's more comfortable. But this will just add to the stretch. And having the freedom to sweep the arms up to the sky, creating some movement, and back down to the leg. Taking slow, deep breaths. Good. We start to plant those hands back on the mat and extend through your right leg, shifting our weight slightly backwards. And we are going to bend and stretch this right leg to wake up that hamstring. Taking it nice and easy, or as far into the stretch as you like. I always think of straightening out through this low back first and then going forward for the stretch. to really get the most of it. You can also allow the neck to release, creating just different stretches here by moving the body. Good. One more slow, deep breath in this stretch. And we're going to begin to shift our weight forward, bending through the right leg to find our low lunge again. And step the left toes up and start to press into the mat as we press back into high plank pose. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Option to drop the knees for chaturanga. Untuck the toes, pressing into the mat. Maybe going further here, full extension with the arms for upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back down to the mat. Tuck the toes, shift the weight back into down dog. Pressing long through those heels. Good. Taking a breath in, we sweep the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog, gazing towards the hands. And exhale, bend through the left knee, opening up that left hip. And once again, take the liberty to create any movement here with the left leg. Whatever feels good, whatever is a nice stretch for you. Maybe little circles. And exhale, extend through the left leg. Square off the hips. And draw the left knee into the nose, placing the left foot on the mat for runner's lunge on the other side. Good, taking a couple breaths here. Lifting up through our head. Allowing that right hip to open up. And drop the right knee down to the mat softly. Untuck the right toes. We will come up to find our low crescent lunge. Hands can find the left thigh for stability. And maybe allow the eyes to look slightly up to give you that added lift. And take an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky and back down to the leg. Another breath here, nice and easy. And exhale, reach the fingertips down to the mat, shifting our weight back and extending through the left leg for our hamstring stretch. And once again, you can bend through that leg as much as you like. You can even start by coming up to a little standing position and then bowing forward. Good. And also, if you have blocks here, it's always an option to hold those along your sides right there for some added support. That's kind of comfortable to do that. So take a breath in and exhale, go a little further into the stretch, maybe releasing the neck a little. And we will begin to come up, shifting the weight forward into the left leg, bending through the left knee. And let's tuck the right toes. Step back into our high plank pose once more. Exhale, lower down slowly for chaturanga. Untuck the toes, press into the mat. Extend the arms for upward facing dog. And exhale, float back down to the mat. Tuck the toes, find downward facing dog.
Good, and start to take little steps in towards the center of the mat. And have your hands reach towards your feet as well. Shake out the head, yes and no, once more. And just take a moment here to settle in, soften the shoulders, soften the space between the eyebrows. And on your next inhale, we will halfway lift, hands find the legs. Exhale, forward fold. And ever so slowly, start to roll up through the base of the spine, leaving your head and your shoulders and hands last. Taking it each vertebrae at a time until your shoulders are stacked on top of the hips and head stacks on top of the spine. Take a couple shoulder rolls up and back. And that's all I have for you today. Namaste. Thank you for joining this class. I hope it was a nice, quick flow for you to get a stretch in. And if you enjoyed this class, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe for new videos every Tuesday. Have a beautiful day.